am Mario Vukoja. I'm from Croatia, and in introduction, how we in federation we work and how we deal with this. We don't want to repeat each other because we organize this workshop. Basically, the success is the journey and not destination. So the first, when you make a decision, is the first step in your journey. And if you want to do something good, first you need to make the decision to do this, and then everything go easier. Just to see if... Basically, in our Safeguarding Commission, idea is to create a know-how system to the federation. They don't have nothing to start to build this project much easier than we, because we start from zero and we learning on our mistakes. So it was to use knowledge from all the world. Singapore, Karin said very nice. We don't need to invent the wheel. It's invented now. We just need to share our knowledge and use best practices from the world and implement. Because we think 80% it's the same, but still 20% can be culture, different countries, regions. They have a different vision of even countries. Even the law is different. So how to do, it's a key question, how to do this. Let's say that you need to have a strategy. Strategy need to be, I say already, this strategy need to be smart, not necessary to be big, but it need to be smart, specific, which safeguarding is really specific, measurable. You can measure, again, start with small, to organize at each clubs we receive information, so you can measure, you can have a feedback from them. Achievable, realistic, and timely. So this is the basically, in each aspect of the work, you need to have some strategy, some plan. Of course, with strategy always has some list to do, what you need to do first, what you do to do maybe in your list to priority to last, but we spoke that that our main stakeholders, main players are gymnasts, so the key is to protect them, to be happy. Our 10 golden rules say that everybody needs to be happy, but also the kids, when came kids to the gym, 4 or 5 years old, and the coaches take them and recognize, as Catalina say, the coach see in her potential, and they start to work with them. But in this period, it's 15 years of work. So this coach needs to recognize gymnasts when he's very young and go through him to the school, to the injuries, to the transition, adolescence period. So a lot of problems, school problems. He want to quit, and coaches, he need to be really, even from those levels, he need to well educated. The coaches. The second, it's logical. The second is the coach. Coach are number one in gymnast life, and their parents are number two. They are pillars of each gymnastic, each community. And we in federations, we are just supporter. We need to support all of this, and we need to find the best ways how to make that everybody feels happy. The coach says, yeah, they need to good contract. They need to be also safe. And for me, the communication. Anyway, communication is the number one. They need to proper communicate all parties together and establish their goals. If coach want to take a medal, but gymnasts they don't want, and parents want, so it's already we have a problem. So the goals need to be reachable, and everybody need to set up the same. In this case, less misunderstandings will come. That is from our. This is really from our federation. We have this coach want more than gymnasts want. So it's already a problem, because they will push him, gymnasts will not, and then parents, and then sometimes parents came and say, okay, the coaches this, and it's a mix of everything. But the problem is that when we realize that never communicate openly, they didn't sit down and say, okay, we will speak now open. What you want? You want to train 6 hours per day? Because if you want to be Olympic champion, is this. But you don't want. So okay, now your goal to be Olympic champion disappear. You will be a national champion. Okay, so they need to understand that some steps to the goal. It's not the same for each level it's different. So they need to understand. Coaches need to understand that, but also the coaches need to do everything to prevent injuries, to everything to follow their growth. So it's a complicated things. But I think personally, and we have this 6 years. We don't have any case go after us as mediators forward to the crime. For example, for sexual abuse, which is. We have one case, and this is we even don't want to touch this. We immediately go to the crime and say, okay, this is not. We cannot touch this. But something when it's a misunderstanding, communication, misunderstanding in all of this, it's very important that everybody understand everybody. So first, what each country need to do first to make a decision that they want to have this. Probably they have some. How to say the statutes, which is something inside that to protect, promote, and etc. etc. But first, they need to establish clear policies and procedures. That's the key. That only with this way, this is document where you will be based for. This is the second. The code of conduct, same. The people need to be aware what is written on paper. I know that safeguarding officer, it's the strategically really important person, but we don't like Croatia. We don't have a safeguarding officer. We have safeguarding manager, because the officer means too much police, too much military, you know, and we have officer, but it's called manager, and his duty is to managing things, not to be policeman between two parties. He is a mediator. More how we saw this. It's a officer. It's more strict. I came 91 from military. It's I'm officer of Croatian Army, and I'm a lieutenant of the. But this I don't want to be a lieutenant in my federation. I'm not officer in my federation. It's manager, but we have another person. But this is the key to find what is the best to people attract. With officer, I think it's too much official. Okay. But federations, FIGs now with the FIG, we always criticize, let's say, FIG, but with the safeguarding we cannot do this because a lot of things already done, and federation easily can find the first steps in FIG website. Policies are there. You just need to put your federation in. Basically, that we did for the first. When we have a policies, we take this because we want to be united with more countries. Why to invent the wheel? So we have here. You go to the website, you go to education, prevention, and then you will find everything. Yeah. So you have a lot of things. So the first step, for us, it's very easy. Basically, you can go here, you can read this, somebody who will be involved, and it's empty space for your federation. It's really, really simple. For us, it's one of the best things for the safeguarding things. It's one of the best things that we already have something. They don't need to invent wheel. It's here. Of course, when you start this journey, things will be complicated, of course. Because you will find more situation, more you want to go deep, you want to go wide, how to educate. Of course, this is something what is called a journey. This is not fixed, and this is not what is. You need to use this, but this is good for the first steps. Of course, screening and training. It's one thing. What without teaching, without the monitoring, you cannot do nothing. This document will be only empty, will be only words on the paper. If you will not, the screening and training progress for all, not just for coaches, but the staff, volunteers. Really good presentations today, really good messages sent that even gymnasts, they need to understand that people here are volunteers, that they also work for free. They give their time that they feel comfortable. This is also something what people need to be aware, that this is not just them. Education, this is what I told now, an awareness campaign. Znači, we need to conduct educational programs and awareness campaigns to educate them. I think the knowledge is a power. The biggest power in the world is knowledge, and the second one is how you can rule your own self, how you can control yourself. With these two things, I think that people can do a lot. So the knowledge, education, and control yourself, like each person will control themselves, much easier will our life will be. So Latin words, it's really the scientia ipsa potentia. So it's mean that the knowledge in itself is a power. When you have a knowledge, you are powerful. So nobody can take you this. Of course, and then came to something happens. Of course, in some countries more, in some countries less. It's a different culture. Some last Tina say that maybe 5% only reporting. I think even less, maybe 1 from the data, because people just now we are fighting tomorrow, and we go and we forgot each other, but which is okay. But where is the limit? Where is the boundary? Where is you need to say this is something when we need to report. Okay, I want to report. Then you have 2 possibilities. You want to report open, so you will put a letter, or we, like a whistlers, that I saw that somebody abused somebody else, and because of they hiding something, I need to react. I need to do something. I need to report. So we open site where you can put your report for something like a whistler. So it's will be investigated with no names. So 2 possibilities. One, I want to put something against somebody else, and I will write the letter. And somebody else see that I do also something wrong and put something against me. But this is also very important that all these things need to be first to be taken independently. So when we take our safeguarding manager, we decide, even without recommendation, that he need to be independent and educate person for this. He need to understand all parties in how system works, and need to be taken seriously, each of them. This is the journey. You start, and you will need to all the time. You need to do steps all the time. You need to adapt. All the time you will find something what is maybe can be better in the future. And this is basically federation job. That don't think that will stop when you finish with the documents, and you will put documents to the website. We will publish, and your federation or NOC will be happy. But this is only first or second or third step. Now we need to all the time make a circle and be sure that people are, for me personally, this knowledge, but for me personally, the prevention is the biggest thing. That educate coaches, gymnasts, parents, president of the clubs, president of the federation, administrator, each of them, they have part in our society. Okay, gymnast is a leader. He's a leader. Everything is surrounding him. But without gymnasts, we don't need federation. Who will train gymnasts? Coach. So we need to find, for us, the main focus is the coach and gymnast. We do 90% of job to work with them, to understand each other, that the young gymnast with 14 years old, what he know about lives. And he came adolescence, puberty, and then he started to think with his own head, and can be, but also we need to use the professional special programs to help them to understand each other. If it's you can break the bone easily, but then to fix, you can fix, but you will see the scar. Yeah. So it will be hurt, and if you do too many times and too many scar, and then people just give up. Yeah. So then when you do all of this, you need to create your own strategies. This is for me what we did. This is basically 6 programs what we develop. We try to build and try to communicate with all. Znači, So program to strengthen skills and abilities. This is training programs for the parents. So special programs for the parents. Separately, parents, they need to share their experience. Some professional people will guide them through this process, that they need to understand that, okay, my son missed 6 sessions this month and he expects what, to be good? And coach say, okay, but he missed the key points of session. He didn't came to training, and now expectations are same. It's not. So they need to communicate very clearly. Okay, if you don't like to train too much, it's not a problem. But then you cannot expect high results. That will not happen in gymnastics, because in gymnastics warm-up time, it's approximately 30 to 40 minutes. It depends of the gymnast. And some sports training full session, it's 1 hour. So when we start to train, other people finish with the training. So it's not easy because you need to be socialized. Kids want to play games. And then you tell them, oh, you need to go 3 hours to the gym. Oh yeah, okay, I go. And then, of course, I'm 3 hours in the gym. I expect something from the coach, from the club, from the federation. I want result. I train 3 hours. So to find this balance, it's not easy. And I think this is federation job, to find professional people who can work with coaches, with the gymnasts. Gymnasts need to understand that with no training, no success. With the coach, they need to be psychologists, need to be not just technician. To double salto teach, it's not easy. To assist this, it's also not easy. But then to lead the gymnast from 6 to 16 years, 10 years of work, from this to this, it's also not easy, because he came like this, and you, as an artist, you create a Michelangelo piece from him, because you are coaches are as an artist. This is my vision. I work as a coach. I have Olympic medal as a coach. I'm category 1 judge for Olympics, but this is nothing behind this. You need to work, you need to think 3-4 steps forward as a coach, because you need to think, oh, maybe these parents are not educated well, expectation of gymnasts are so, and we put all this to coaches. I think that we need to help coaches with the programs for the parents that needs to do by federations. Then coaches will feel, oh, somebody is behind me, somebody will protect me also. Not all the time, coaches are bad, coaches are bad, coaches are bad. Okay, sometimes it's not true, sometimes it is. Sometimes it's a parent's problem. In our case, we have more complaints for parents than from the gymnast. So when we spoke with them and when we explained them, oh, okay, they didn't know all these things. So we need to train them also. They need to be trained, especially in the high level. With the happy gymnastics, it's also you need a professional coach, but it's much easier. Because this is the play, this is the game, but this is not game. If your gymnast fall down on neck, he will be or dead or in the wheelchair. So coach have a big responsibility. So also for us, for the leaders, we need to have a behavior management programs and strategies. How we need to behave on training. So it's like a culture. We need to, with this, you create your own culture in gym, in your federation, and with this, if you don't create a capacity building programs, you will not manage. You cannot put 1 liter water in half liter, 1 liter of water in half liter bottle. No chance. You need to either find another bottle or find two. So expectations are the capacity is also one of the critical points where the people, they don't think. They don't understand each other. Again, this is the communication. I think 80% of the problems in gymnastics is communication, wrong communication. You pick wrong time to communicate. This is also a problem. And then because I can speak nice, but you see my body language is, I don't care. So it's interpersonal communication. It's also important. So you can learn these people. You can work with this. But this is also, it's a training. Again, it's something what you really need to know. Teaching strategies, it's what a lot of coaches, this is basically go to coaches. Oh, you need to do 10 times. Oh, okay. Maybe, as Hiroki say, he saw what the Uchimura cross the legs, and he understands that nothing will happen. I have same situation when I see the gymnast, body language. He didn't say nothing. You need to recognize when you will push him, when it's time to not, because it's not same. Oh, girl leaves me, and I broke with the girl, and now I'm unhappy. And today you need to do 2 exercises. I don't care. So empathic, and this is also we need to work. This is some federations can do this easily, and then it's the community-based program when we are now we are together with all stakeholders, all groups, mothers, fathers, parents, presidents, and then we have that everybody understands everybody. Basically, this is our strategies, and so far works good. No problems, but a lot of energy you need to invest. But for the new countries, they don't have nothing. The first step is, first the policies you have in the FIG website, and then slowly you will start to work. What is good that you have us, you have countries maybe surrounding who they have already good programs, but FIG have a commission, and we are really more than open and more than happy to assist everybody. Even now we think to create the same educational program for the athletes, so that they will just translate to their own language and they can use, so we can, let's say, we'll have a same direction for everybody. That's the best way, that this way needs time. Not just money, but time, because, and again, communication skills, why some country need to have this? Because it's a mandatory, or they won't. So I think that message need to be, we want to protect everybody, not just gymnasts. Gymnasts are number one, but we need to prevent any kind of harassment, any kind of abuse. We need to find a way how to prevent. Either way, all this will be just empty paper with a lot of nice words. Yeah. So you can choose short way, or you can choose different ways, but your federation need to set up your goals, and goals need to be with strategy smart. And as Mahatma Gandhi said, it doesn't matter if we take different roads as long as we reach the same goal. So for us, this is personally for me. I don't like that. You need to do just like this. No, this is if you will teach the kids the same way, then we will not have a sport. The difference, it's a key. So for me now, the countries who are not, they don't have nothing, or they want to have something, we are here to help. If I can answer to some questions how we do in our federation, I'm also happy. But for us, as I think as FIG Donatella is here, it's the key that we need to involve more countries to have something and to start, because the questionnaire say it's more than 60 countries they don't have nothing on paper. More than 60. I think maybe even more. But okay, it's a journey. We start, and this is not a problem. But we will do even bigger efforts in next year to create programs and to create the documents that they can help countries to build the system. Now it's your time. If you have questions how to do, what to do, when to do, we are here, more than happy.
But I'm also a staff member of the Council of Europe, and we have been working with Croatia, in particular, to promote safe sports. So one of my questions was, who do you bring to the table when you start designing your strategy for safe sport? Who do you bring to the table?
In your country,
for instance, at national level, when you start at national, what do you, in your vision, or who do you think should be, design to do the gaps analysis of opportunities and to design your strategy?
So I will answer you for NOC because I work for NOC and we create now. I just told Donna that we create a big project now and we go to with our University of Sport and NOC and we will ensure that each club. We will go to two ways: federation way to the bottom, and then we will go regional sport organization. We need to be sure that each athlete, each coach, and each person involved in sport, they will be here. They need to hear this about safe sport. In Croatia, I'm happy that we are. As I told, we are young. Not we are young. I'm not young, but we are a small federation with 4 million people, and only excellency can help us. So we just understand that what's happened in USA or what's happened. This is something what nobody wants. But at the end of the day, this time will come also to us, and we will not be ready. So that was the decision. We want to follow the best practices because it's not time when the shit will happen. Sorry, but will happen. And then if we will not be ready, then Houston, we have a problem. How to deal with this? So we start because we want to prevent this, and we bring the table executive committee, which is I'm really happy that it's coaches, gymnasts, and managers. So we collect all together. So it's Mario Možnik. We choose that we want a young generation now to lead us, and Tina Erceg, two-time Olympian, and Možnik also, and Seligman Robert. So they are vice presidents, and so it's let's say it's a young generation who will manage that, lead our federation. But also they want to keep us close because we have experience. We teach them and we give them this level as a coach. We help them to be where they are now. So luckily we are a federation when we easily connect all parties. So really, when I asked Donna first time for the 10 golden rules, and people, we was first, by the way. Yeah, I am responsible for the education judges and coaches, and we follow the best practices, and we want to implement even with no documents. We want to give them the best knowledge, because as I said, knowledge is the power, and they know that the expectation from coaches, gymnasts, and parents need to be same. If not same, potential risk it's growing each day. Yeah.
Different views to make sure that you have a holistic plan and everyone has the same message.
Yes. Yes.
If I may, I go maybe because my background. I work with governments, with civil society, with sports movement. So I believe when you design a strategy, you have also to know what are the applicable laws in the country, the reporting systems, the NGOs that can help, the expertise, where do you case if you have this case. So at the beginning, what we promote is that other stakeholders like government officers, NGOs who are working protecting children, fighting racism, whatever may happen in sport, are there also to help. And the stronger strategies come when these stakeholders are also at the table. That's my
Yeah, absolutely, you're right. And that basically I propose to NOC, as I work in high performance center, that we need to develop this more and really team respond good, university plus NOC. And we start next year, in the January, we start with this big program to go to all clubs, not just gymnastics, but all clubs. So we will establish that the same criteria, same rules, same programs will be for all sports, which is for us a bigger achievement because gymnastics are leader in this now, in our country.
If I may add something, there are different situations because maybe we have a better global vision. In some country, I know it started from the government when something happened, but in some other country where the government has laws for the children protection, but is in the social life, are not yet applicable
Right.
in the sport. So in this case, in some country, were the federation that took the initiative, and from these programs going to connect to the government. So it depends. Depending from the country was either ways, if may help. I know that somehow is coming directly from the government, but in some other
Maybe it
countries
should
were
be
the
a joint
federations that
Maybe it should be a joint.
yes, but doesn't matter from where starting. It's different. Not every country was the same.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes, we agree that should be joint at the end, because in the normal social life there are already many things for children protection, child protection.
Helplines.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot,
services,
a lot.
That you don't have to replicate in
But
sport.
not always connected with the sport.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this sport is, I cannot say is a brand new, but actually is not many years that came to the attention suddenly to everybody.
Yeah, the
Sorry.
biggest problem, sorry, Solek.
I think she's right, that we have to connect it with the government at the same time we're working through it, and to look at the rules and regulations in each country to bring the culture into it. But I think we also have to keep in mind that every country in the world except one has aligned themselves into the Child's
The UN
Convention.
Convention on the Rights of the Child.
That's it.
Yeah.
And that should be the silver lining in everything we do, because that's a universal agreement on how to protect the child. And if you read through it, then you can see in some articles that that's sports. And I think we're always gonna move forward to our journey every step of the way. Every lecture we listen to, every new policy that is made, we're always gonna move forward. But I think you're right, there has to be a holistic plan for each country to make it.
Yeah, this is the problem is when I look the Europe, which is 50 plus countries, and it's a European Union, and some things are really easy to implement because we have a, let's say, common strategy from the start. And when I look the world, and you have different countries, different religion, different vision of sport, and different approach to this. And we spoke in our commission a few times how to involve those countries also, because for us it's much easier. We already have something, our government have something, we have support from European Union, university works on this, and we look for the good practice for the other countries, but others, they don't have maybe even those information. New federation, when the general secretary is a driver, he acts as everything in federation.
It is the same as she was saying, German coach, that you should look at the weakest link and see which countries are the ones who need the most assistance, and that's going to be helpful for them to look at the webpage.
And then from other side, you expect from those countries built 10 years ago and now start to work in gymnastics. We help in Europe, for example, Kosovo, Albania, Macedonia, we try to help them, and it's even with this it's complicated because first you need to explain them gymnastics, then when you touch this, they think he's crazy. So you need to choose which way you will take with them first we want to take gymnastics that they will develop. We send coaches, we had made courses for the coaches, for the judges, work a lot, and then now you need to go with this. Okay, yes, but this is in our priority will be number 3. And now those countries already have competitions, the competitors, the judges, and we start to work also with them. We send them the materials, and slowly they will also take this. For the world will be more complicated because of this diversity, I think. But we already have some ideas how to motivate. The key is motivation, as you ask. What motivates us to do this? To protect everybody. Okay, sorry.
Yes, I have maybe a question. I'm not from the Gym Federation at all. I'm from the Ice Skating Federation, but I do think we have common goals on my main question is, was it the FIG who initiated the safeguarding, or was it a few national federations who initiated it? Because when it's empowered by the FIG and it's spread out to all members of the FIG, then you have more power to achieve a culture. And in figure skating, it's not initiated yet by the ISU, it's called in our federation. So we want to change it in Belgium. We want to build a culture in clean sports, in fair play, in all safeguard approaches. But when it's in the international federation, not like that, we cannot give it enough power to put it through. So I was wondering how did that go with the gymnastics federation?
On official statement FIG, I will give my personal, okay? So I will make a wall, but maybe it's the same, it's a joke. Yeah. For me, when the Ethic Foundation established, my personal opinion was, again, some punishment body. That was in the beginning, and then we turned that this is not punishment body. This is body who will help to do ethic things and to do correctly. So, but basically, yes, the key was issue with the best team in the world, and this problem was in each country in high level with the media. What's happened with the team?
The real story is that the FIG, and Lily can confirm because she's here also, the real story is that FIG opened the eyes, so the International Federation opened the eyes in the moment the case of Larry Nassari, the USA started. This was the real start. This is a crime, and we all agree. But in that moment, we realized that the gymnasts have a voice, because following that, other countries, gymnasts started to say, okay, we don't have the same criminal problem, but we don't like how is our treatment, how was actually, is how was. Mostly was gymnasts, athletes that at the end of the career or almost at the end. This was the real beginning. And then slowly, more and more adding, including athletes that were still active, because the problem for the active is, as you can hear, okay, now I speak, and what happens to me later? In this case, the president, Watanabe, was the first one deciding for the Ethic Foundation, which is an independent body, is in totally different building, in front, actually is a beautiful villa, better than our new modern building, but to keep them beside. The intention of this foundation was to help the countries that have nothing. So the problem was, if a gymnast wants to raise and say, listen, I have to say something, where to go? If in the countries there were no organization, where to go? Then some country, USA, Canada, Great Britain, reacted very fast and created a huge organization. And you can ask them also a lot of money to create this. But not all the countries can afford it. So the next question for Mario will be how to do when you don't have much money to invest. Because you can do as well without investing thousands of dollars or pounds or Canadian dollars, whatever. So, and in this way, we started with Ethic Foundation. The Congress, the General Assembly, approved to have this organization, and the commission, our commission, has been created to move step by step. And the which is the most successful campaign because it's affordable to everybody. These cartoons, every kids can understand, now are in many of the gyms. So it starts like this, and slowly, slowly, learning from the member of the commission, Libby, USA is there, Great Britain, we have Canada, Jeff. So we learn what to do, what is better to do, trying to avoid mistakes because...
And it's better on the live stream.
Okay. To avoid mistakes because it's possible that when you react too quick, you jump in maybe a small mistake. So trying to be wise and slowly, slowly we move. So I can say that, yes, FIG was somehow the engine for many federations, but there were federations that already started. Slava, you want to add something? You know better.
I actually was part of led the working group that developed all of this. In 2017, we started and we brought it to the Congress. The reality was that we had no policy. As an international federation, we had no policy about conduct. We had various ethical principles in the Constitution, but we really didn't have a policy. So that was our job from the working group to create the policy. But we were not going to write it just for FIG because we knew that every federation would be doing the same work. So that's when we decided to write it for FIG, but then we altered it, the fundamental direction, so the national federations can use it. We translated it into 4 languages and left it as a fundamental basic document that could be used and then changed according to all of the cultural and various geographical regions. So that's what was there. We started that, it got passed. Now the job is really the FIG in the education and all of the ramifications of going on this journey. So I'm really glad that you've started this, and it's wonderful. So I congratulate you for doing it.
Yeah,
If I may add, before the commission, we had an athletes working group. We still have. So they were part of correction in the code of conduct because they felt that are really involved. And we had meetings with this group, volunteers. We didn't say from this country, from that one, this discipline. We announced who wants to be part of the athletes working group for the safeguarding. And we have 10 from different discipline, different gender, different geographical area. We work online. It was very nice to work with them. And we had the 10 golden rules, the new code of conduct. We ran a webinar for the athletes online, which a big success also as well. And we publish everything in YouTube. So if somebody cannot be at that time, can follow later. I think, yes, we did something, still a lot to do, but I can say we are in a good direction.
Yeah, we have plan, we have strategy. This is the basically abusing or not good behaving or not good teaching. It's in each part of the world it's the same. If you hit the gymnast because you think that he will do better, or athlete, or it's not acceptable. So I think that the 80% of documents for all sports can be applicable, and then each sport need to find the specific, what I said in the beginning, smart strategy, very specific for those sports. So I think, for me, the biggest challenge will be how to motivate other countries, smaller countries with not too many employers, how to implement this and how to start as a minimum, and that will be, I hope that we will work on this, that we as FIG can help them, that we prepare everything for them. They just take and start to work on this. Basically, that will be easiest way for them. Either way, they will not go because they don't have resources. They just don't have capacity to do this. Lily, sorry.
No worries. I think I'm just going to add one piece to what everything has been said, which has been fantastic. I agree with it all. But the only thing that I would add is don't underestimate the voice of the athletes in this, because from the U.S. standpoint, we had our federal government and Congress actually create a mandate to create what is now called the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, which is an independent body, a little bit similar to the Gymnastics Ethics Foundation. But it truly started because of the athlete's voice. That's where it began. And so I guess it wouldn't be too far to say that it was a bit of a perfect storm in the U.S., where we had the federal government get on board, and then we also had the athletes basically very much sharing their stories. And so it was almost like a bottoms up and a top down strategy, where now there is the belief and commitment in the U.S. that safeguarding is truly important to sports.
So Mario, the next question, without money, how to start? Without money, how to start? We are not rich. A poor country, a beginner's country.
Yeah, this is what we done. We take the FIG policy, put our federation inside the documents from the federation, and we start from this. Our safeguarding manager is not paid. He do volunteer this. And I am volunteer in my federation but this is not because of money. Sometimes it's because it's of the purpose what I work. So it's like to give my contribution to communities, to do something for free. Not always the charge, but okay, I understand with the big countries with a lot of clubs, and they will need to do differently. But the smaller country they don't have possibility. Our head coach, it's also not paid by federation. So it's and still we have a good results. We build this system now with the new generation, with new marketing approach. But this is strategy again. But we create quite a high level results. With if I told you what kind of money was in, you will not believe me. So I will not even tell. So it's just passion to our sport and. If we see something is good, we will take this. We will ask Donna, we will ask you, we'll ask everybody, okay, can you help us? And I think this is the way.
I think it was last year that South Africa did a very interesting presentation on this. So you can all look at their website. They were really good in not having any money and finding a way. So South Africa.
And now with this project, money come at the end. So we start with no money, and now money is not problem. Just we need to pick up. But we didn't. Yeah. No, but so anyway, you need to do some moves.
Maybe if you want to be part of the collection.
No, but it is true that there are many foundations, or some foundations, who are very interested in this work and are looking for nice projects and nice, very well-designed programs to support. There are opportunities, but they also look at the holistic approach the opportunities for also the various sport federations to learn from each other and to join forces at national level.
This is key for success, I think, for in national federations, in NOCs, to share the knowledge. Okay, we are over the time. So if you have any question, no. So if you don't have any policies, if you need to have some help from us, we will be more than happy to help each country to build minimum structure for safe sport. Thank you.